statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by today. And they're doing a little work in the studio, putting up a new TV monitor so I can't see what you see if you're watching the show. And Dr. Michael Lewis will be along. Dr. Lewis always makes for a good guest. He always has interesting things to share, that guy. Going to be talking to him about his practice. I know he started his practice again, and not too long ago, and he's doing some special things in his practice. We'll get him to talk about that. I think you'll find it rather interesting. Stephen is still out, and some strange individual, or strange person. No, stranger? Somebody's behind the glass that I don't know. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Good. Who are you?
I'm Connor. I actually work with Josh, so Josh knows me. He can vouch for me. I'm a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he's all right.
You're going to use him. You're going to use him as a reference.
Josh is a nice guy. I would use him as a reference.
I understand that. No, I'm just kidding.
Connor's also a show producer for Brandon Rhymes.
Okay. That's 2 strikes against you. No, I'm just kidding. Well, nice to see you, Connor. You know where the buttons are on that board?
Yes, sir. I learned the last show I had a little problem in the front, but they kind of left me in the wrong spot when I came into the studio, so now I'll be good.
All right. It's all good. We'll roll with it. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. That's a toll-free number, no charge. You don't have to put a quarter or a nickel or a dime in that phone booth. You can just call for free. It's toll-free. And the show does air, and it's syndicated across the United States, including Hawaii, so it'll air at different times in different markets, and you'll have to check your local listings. Well, living a long time. Well, yeah. That topic comes up around here. It does. And the researchers at Albert Einstein College of Medicine thought that they would look into this little topic of living a long time. And there's a concept called, or a hypothesis, and if my computer worked, that would be great, so I could tell you more. And it's called compression of morbidity hypothesis. And turns out, in fact, the title of the article was, I think it had the compression of morbidity in it. Yeah. Compression of morbidity is observed across cohorts with exceptional longevity. What does that mean? Well, people who live 95 years or more, what researchers have noticed and observed and studied is that somehow they can stave off age-related disease with serious sickness, compressed then into only a few years late in life. In other words, can I explain this? The longer people seem to live, the better chance they have not to get sick with some serious disease. And then once they do, however, they can compress the illness, the morbidity, into a short time frame. This is exactly what happened to my mother. She didn't quite make 95, almost, not quite. She lived a healthy life, got all the way, and then at the end, the last year, she had a hard time. Other than that, it was pretty good. So it's interesting how that works, isn't it?
Would you say that's like a better case scenario, or
That's ideal.
That's how it should be?
Well, I don't know if it should be, but that's ideal. You want to live a long time, and then when you get sick, you're not sick for a long time.
Just a short period of time.
Now, there's people who can live a relatively long time, but their morbidity is spanned across 10, sometimes 15 years.
Yeah.
And they suffer.
Yeah, my grandmother was one of those cases. She suffered a pretty long time.
And I've always said you have to be healthy to not sounds odd. You have to be healthy to die a good death. What I mean by that is by dying a good death, I mean that you don't suffer for an extended period of time. And it seems that centenarians, this was a study of centenarians, people are 100 years old. And of course, they were able to then deal with those who live 95 years or more. But they said that the study was centenarians. There were some people in the study that weren't quite 100, almost. This is an interesting phenomenon called compression of morbidity hypothesis. And Dr. Barzilay said that most people struggle with an ever-increasing burden of disease and disability as they age. He's right about that. He said, but we found that those who live exceptionally long lives have the additional benefit of shorter periods of illness, sometimes just weeks or months before their death. And I have observed that. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it with my mother. It's exactly what happened to her. She was 92. I remember one day, and we were talking, and we were sitting. I went to visit her. The last year of her life, she had to be in nursing. We were sitting outside, and it was a nice day, fall day, I believe it was. The sun, you know how it is here in Florida. It can be nice and crisp. The sun is out, and you feel the warmth of the sun. And she said, she was telling me that she would like to live another 2 years. She wanted to make another 2. It's interesting. She was so optimistic. She said, if I can do 2 more, maybe I can do 2 more. Interesting, huh? So, now, what we do know, people are living longer. Average life expectancy is increasing in our country. We're not ranked very high. Depends on which list you look at. If you look at the CIA World Factbook list, or you look at the World Health Organization, or if you look at different organizations and their rankings of countries according to average life expectancy, the United States is not even in the top 25. Sometimes it's been ranked as low as 50th in the world. The irony of that, given all the medical technology that we have and whatnot, you would think that we would do better, but not so much. So try to compress the morbidity by staying, do your best to stay healthy. Diet and lifestyle, back and forth. We talk about that all the time around here. Do you like pasta?
I love it.
You love pasta. I like pasta too. There was a lot of pasta in my house, given that my family were immigrants, brought that with them. and pasta all the time. Now, it's gotten a bad reputation lately. It's a carbohydrate, starch, and people, too many carbs, going to get fat. Well, there's some good news, pasta lovers. Come back, I'll tell you about pasta consumption. Dr. Michael Lewis will be my guest today. I'm always anxious to talk with Dr. Lewis. And then I'll tell you about an interesting study coming out of the Cancer Research United Kingdom organization and the effect of junk food advertising on children. Commercials are not just commercials. Commercials can shape attitudes, can shape behavior. This study really gets at that, and what some of these companies are doing with these advertisements with junk food, I don't know. You decide what they're doing, how you would characterize it. Come back, we'll talk some more, and then we'll get to Dr. Lewis as well.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes. Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone-nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Herb and Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And we're back. So, this advertising study this morning that was trending, I took a look at it. Of course, I have an interest in communication, you might well imagine, right? And these researchers wanted to look to see children's reaction to junk food advertising. And listen, these companies, food companies will hire PR firms, advertising firms, different firms to make these commercials and to, produce them, get them produced and whatnot. And they know what they're doing. I know these people. And they know what they're doing. Trust me, they know what they're doing. And this study really underscores that, unfortunately. Children, they said, when they had these kids take a look at some commercials, then they talked to them later. The kids said to the researchers that the junk food advertising was tempting, and the kids found it addictive. And they said they wanted to lick the screen on the TV. This is according to the study that talked to children in the United Kingdom. The youngsters were between 8 and 12 years of age. So the children described the advertising as tempting and addictive, and they said that they could lick the screen, no less. And they wanted to see how the junk food advertising influenced children's eating habits and food choices. Well, obviously, if they're wanting to lick the screen, what do you think? The researchers talked to the kids at 6 schools. Each group was shown 2 what they call adverts, TV adverts, advertising for junk food. Then they talked to them. Many of the children said they liked watching funny and engaging adverts and could recall advertising theme tunes, no less. They also told the researchers that they saw adverbs during family TV time, adverts, not adverbs, adverts, these advertisements, during family TV time, saying that they watched TV from around 7 o'clock until 8 or 9 o'clock. How come they're not studying? Where's homework? There's no homework? What happened to homework? And the researchers believed that using celebrities, bright colors, funny voices, they were able to attract the children and influence their eating behaviors. You see what they're doing? They're shaping their relationship with food. And it's not good. And the parents are thinking, I have complete control over my children. Really? Control, first of all, control is an illusion. Second of all, there are so many forces operating in society that are outside the span of influence of the parents. Many parents can tell you that. Some bad things have happened to some very good parents to their children. You know, and I know that. One of the researchers said, or they quoted a boy. This boy said, "You might be eating a piece of fruit. You might see the advert and you might just throw it in the bin and ask your mom for money and leg it to the shop." Close quote. So said this boy. He was 6 years old. He was from Hamptonshire. A girl, another youngster, a girl, was in 5th grade. They call primary 5, from North Lancashire in England, said after watching a TV commercial for sweets, said this: "It makes you feel as if you're happy and excited, and it feels like you want to try it because the guy's dancing in it because he's eaten it and it tastes good." Close quote. So that's how these children see these advertisements. One girl in primary grade 5 from Edinburgh said, "I asked my mom if I could have it, and she said no, and I was annoyed, and I kept trying, and she finally said yes, and I got to go to the shops to get it." Close quote. More than 1 in 5 youngsters in England are overweight or obese before they start primary school. So they didn't have the influence of their peers at school. This happened primarily at home, either watching their parents eat unhealthy in unhealthy ways, or seeing these advertisements on TV. They learned it somewhere. More than 1 in 5. By the time they leave school, that increases to 1 in 3. A third of these kids in England are overweight or obese. It's Shameful. I've used that term. I've used other terms to describe this. Okay, I understand they're trying to sell cereal. They're trying to sell candy. They're trying to sell whatever product, junk food they're trying to sell. I get it. It's a business. But where's your sense of social responsibility? The relationship with food will I don't know. I don't know how you rescue these kids. The research tells me that the success rate in getting youngsters to lose weight is abysmal. I don't know.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
wins. WHNZ, Impact Radio, making a difference.
Jamie Maloney here, doubling down on that business show. Now 2 hours, 7 to 9 tomorrow morning on 1250 Wins WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome to the show wherever and however you may be listening or watching and whatever you may be doing. Dr. Michael Lewis is my guest today. He hasn't been on for a little while, so it's nice to have him back on. If you're watching the show, you'll see we have a nice image there of Dr. Lewis. I wonder we'll have to ask him for an image of when he was at West Point. I wonder if I can talk him into
like
that.
in his cadet uniform or something?
Something. I don't know. He probably would not go for that. Would you, Dr. Lewis?
Well, depends on what you're offering.
How are you, Dr. Lewis?
Let's trade.
Let's trade. You want to trade?
Let's make a deal.
I'm sure you have a few photographs of when you were at West Point.
But no, I'm not wearing a chicken suit.
It was back before the digital era, so not as many as, you would certainly see now.
Really?
And
yeah.
Not many on Facebook.
Not many. So how's your practice coming along?
It's coming along. It's a little on the slow side, but it's summer in D.C., so everybody's down at the beach or wherever. But it's we're moving forward.
Is your office right in the heart of Washington, or are you on the outskirts?
No, I'm about 3 miles up the road, literally 3 miles up the road from NIH.
Did you worked in Washington for a long time, didn't you?
I've been here off and on since '93. I've worked around the Beltway, the Pentagon, Walter Reed, Navy, Bethesda. And do see some patients downtown DC every once in a while.
Explain to the listener. This is my way of doing instead of me marching through your resume. This is my way of trying to inform people about your background. Why would you be visiting Washington all those years and with all that frequency? To explain to the folks what you did for a living.
Well, most simply put, I spent 31 and a half years in the Army, and since '93, since I graduated medical school, I went out and played Army for a few years and then went to medical school. And since '93, when I started my internship at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, I've been in and around Washington in various different aspects, plus spent a few years overseas in Southeast Asia, chasing infectious diseases around the world.
So you worked as a physician for the government at some point in the Army, right?
Yeah, I retired as an Army colonel a little over 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. How many years of your military career were you a physician?
Altogether,
yeah,
about 22.
22 years. Let me ask. I don't know if I should ask you this question.
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you after.
I know. Please don't do that. The veterans of the VA is always in the news.
Apparently, I could tell you anything now because I won't be held responsible for it. So
okay.
Okay.
So, Veterans Administration, we have a VA hospital here in Tampa. It's supposed to be a pretty good one, as I understand it. And, of course, there's all this back and forth among politicians about the VA. how would you generally, if you had to give a grade to the kind of medical care that our veterans receive in the VA, how would you grade it? What is your take on it and your belief and observation?
Well, let me separate that out for a half a second. So I'm going to separate it out in maybe three different ways. One is the acute care that the military gives, Department of Defense, the acute care. So whether it's in combat or when you initially have a problem, I would give it an A, maybe even an A+. It's beyond anything else out there in the world. When it comes to chronic care, so now we've saved your life. We're on the battlefield, and we get you back to Walter Reed or San Antonio, and now we sort of enter that long-term chronic rehabilitation phase. I think we're not doing so well there, and when we're talking about chronic diseases, so I would say probably maybe a C on the DoD side, and probably a C- on the VA side, as far as, because the VA is really not dealing so much with acute care as much as they are the chronic issues of our veterans. So I'd probably give it about a C-.
Why is the care not as good as it could be in terms of chronic treatment, in your opinion?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. One is I think that I actually would say this is across the board, not just with the VA, but I really believe that American healthcare system doesn't fare much better or as bad as the VA. In many ways, the VA is better than the American healthcare system because if you're being treated at the VA, they're not worried about having to deal with insurance and what's going to be some high school kid that's reading the book saying, no, this procedure's not authorized, and no, we're not going to reimburse you for this or reimburse you for that. And so in some ways, the VA system is actually better than the general American healthcare system, which, in my opinion, is horrible at really dealing with the chronic diseases. And as you always point out, and just prior to the break on the previous half hour, it's because, in my terms, it's because we're not a healthcare system. It's because we're a disease care system, or we're not worried about people's health. We're worried about treating diseases. We got to look at the other end, the other side of the coin.
How did that paradigm get so baked into the medical culture?
I think we're a victim of our own success. You think about all the amazing things that happened in the 20th century, the second half of the 20th century. You go from 1942 to 1972, for example. If you take those 30 years, think of what happened in those 30 years. We rolled up the Axis and powers in World War II, and unbelievable. In 3 years, we defeated Germany, Italy, and Japan, which I don't think there's any way in the world we could do something like that today with our bureaucracy. And then you go from there to all of a sudden we've got antibiotics, and then we cure polio with vaccines. All these different, we put a man on the moon. I mean, so all these amazing things. At one point in around 1968 or so, the U.S. Surgeon General said we have conquered infectious diseases. There'll never be a problem ever again in the future.
Hold on. We're going to come back. We're going to continue this narrative. I've always wanted to ask this question. Now I can ask somebody who really knows.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971. And we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' Pledge of Integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com. Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new: agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Alga Life. Algae for life. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition, talking with Dr. Michael Lewis. We're going to get to what he came to talk about, but I would be remiss in my journalistic responsibilities if I didn't, and I never talked to him about this before, and it occurred to me this morning that I wanted to ask him about the VA, given that Dr. Lewis spent 31 years of his career in the military, 22 of it as a physician. So he knows a thing or two about military medicine. And to summarize what he said to this point, in terms of acute care, probably world class, he'd give it an A+. You know, wounds, battlefield, they can keep soldiers alive. He thinks that's remarkable. Long care, chronic care, C-, but he thinks it's better than medical care that we, the regular institutional medical care that we get. That's, geez, I wonder what grade he would give it. Dr. Lewis, welcome back. So I asked you the question, what accounts for why we don't do so well with the VA and the way it treats chronic care. And so you were saying that you were trying to explain and give your reasoning as to why that is. So you said a lot happened between 1942 and 1972, those 30 years. And what happened? We became complacent or something?
Well, like I started to say, I think we became a victim of our own success. We conquered polio. We put a man on the moon. We conquered the Axis powers of World War II, and we developed a nuclear bomb, and on and on. All these things that looked like anything that America put its mind to, we could solve. And so one of the problems that we put our minds to was how do we feed Americans? How do we feed the world? And the advent of the Farm Bill and so on in the late 60s, early 70s with the McGovern Commission, we looked at and said, okay, we will subsidize farmers to grow soybean and corn. And I think the unintended consequences of that is it really changed the structure of the American food supply to become really the advent. Along those lines, as you mentioned with the UK stuff, television became big. I mean, how many people had a television in 1942 versus 1972? And so now all of a sudden you got Tony the Tiger in your family room on television on Saturday mornings, and all these things I think just have really put into play the concept that we no longer value our health. We think we can solve the problems with technology, and I don't think that's the case. We're not proactive. We're not preventive in any way, really, as a society.
So do you think...
It shows in the amount of obesity.
So do you think that it's possible, not only with military medicine, but with traditional medicine, to change the paradigm and move from the paradigm? How did you say disease? How did you phrase it?
Well, we're a disease care system, not a health care
okay,
system.
so
we don't value health.
Can we make that shift?
I don't know. I think we could. It's going to take some very out-of-the-box thinking, massive changes in the healthcare system, and by people much smarter than me, for sure.
Well, I don't know about that. Disease care versus health care. And it's sort of ironic how this all has played out and where we find ourselves today. And the VA seems to me to becomes the it's like let's vent, and the venting takes a form of just going after the VA and criticizing the VA But it's
Well, they're an easy target, like the NFL. When we're talking about concussions, the NFL's an easy target because they're visible. The VA is very visible.
Absolutely.
But how many people die waiting for health care outside of the VA system? Nobody's
Sure.
ever really looked at that.
I understand.
It's probably almost impossible.
I understand. Yeah, and some of these politicians, oh yeah, we'll fix that VA. When I become president, I'll fix it. Really? I mean, the arrogance.
Well, I can tell you most of the time, and what I've seen is that when you're in the system, the care in the VA has been very good. The problem is getting into the system.
Getting into the system.
Right.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. It's an issue that it's part of our society. It's and it affects everybody. We live in a systemic world, and people say, "Well, I'm not a veteran, and it has no effect on me." It doesn't. Well, it does, because it affects quality of care is quality of care, and certain paradigms get reinforced. And as you say, we're a disease care system, not a health care system. And there's always been this talk. Well, if doctors were paid by keeping patients healthy, things would change. I don't know how you go about doing that.
I think that ultimately it becomes a personal responsibility of every citizen, and if you're not willing to keep your own health and value your own health, why should somebody else do it for you?
I agree with that. But we've learned, in all fairness to the general public, this is what they've been taught. This is what they've learned. This is what they think it is and should be. Most people don't know any differently. They don't know what to do. They think that the doctor is supposed to do this. The doctor is supposed to write the prescription. The doctor is has a responsibility in this and that, and it's the doctor's got to do this. And they learned that. I think inherently, if you teach people a different model, that they will adapt to it, and they will do what they need to do. Children, their relationship with food was learned, and I think our concept of medicine has been learned, and the general public just fairly or unfairly, the doctor gets all the blame, and institutions like the VA get the blame. But it's sort of bizarre. I appreciate you taking the time to talk about that. When we come back, we'll talk about some CBD, all right?
Sounds great.
And how you're doing with that in your practice. Again, I appreciate you taking a moment to do that. It's an important issue, and I think you have a lot of experience, boy. You saw it from the inside, and now you're on the outside, and I can tell.
Not a whole lot better there either.
I can tell you thought about it. I mean, you didn't know I was going to ask you that question, and you were prepared to answer it. We'll be back with Dr. Lewis. We're going to talk some more. We have a long way to go yet.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. Dr. Michael Lewis is my guest, and Dr. Lewis is a practicing physician in the Washington, D.C. area, just 3 miles down the road from all the comings and goings there at the Capitol. And Dr. Lewis has been a guest on my show now for a couple of years or so. And he started his practice in Washington not too long ago. So he's, and was in the military for 30-some years and practiced medicine there for 22 of those 3 decades he was in the military. And he knows what he's doing. Dr. Lewis, how would you describe your practice? What kind of practice is it?
Well, what I've done is I've taken the things that I've learned both before I retired from the military, where I was responsible for developing nutritional interventions to help recover from traumatic brain injury and concussions. I've taken lessons from that, plus what I've learned since then. And so I have a practice that focuses on helping people recover from concussions and post-concussive symptoms and syndrome and chronic issues dealing with concussions and head injuries. How
Do you know, I'm sure you do, a lot of concussions, a lot of head injuries, in terms of as injuries go, medically speaking, in our country, that you can specialize like that?
Well, it's what I enjoy. It's what I like to do. It's nice to have that foundation of a military retirement check coming in every month, or else I'd probably be working for the VA, I guess. But it's afforded me the opportunity to do what I love and what I'm passionate about. And so, it's really, estimates are anywhere that a quarter of our population has had a concussion at one point or another.
Wow.
And I think that it's, now not everybody, of course, of that amount is going to be suffering with problems, but it's interesting is some of the things that we see don't occur for sometimes 20 or 30 years down the line. So if you had a bad concussion playing high school sports, for example, it might not really show up. You might not start having difficulty until you're in your late 40s or early 50s.
Why such a delayed reaction?
Well, I think that a lot of it is because that our bodies get into a cycle of chronic inflammation, and a couple of things that we see in the news. It's easier for people to understand if you think about it in the news. Why are these NFL players in their 40s or 50s, 10, 15, 20 years after they stop playing football, why are they starting to have problems later on, 20 years down the line, and why is that chronic traumatic encephalopathy, the CTE, showing up years down the line? I think it's an underlying inflammatory problem. I think that our bodies aren't shutting off that chronic inflammation, and I actually point a lot of it back towards our nutritional habits.
What's the name of the movie
concussion.
It turns out that you know some of the real people in that movie, as do I. I found the film is rather interesting. We'll get to that in a second. But you've been treating concussions now for quite a while in the military, of course, which is severe, and then now in public and in the public life out of the military. And you've introduced into your practice the use of CBD oil, as I understand it. Am I mistaken about that?
Oh, absolutely not. It's one of the first things I look at. I look at two things when I first see a patient. The first thing I think about are omega-3s from fish oil. And you and I have certainly had plenty of conversations on the air about that and privately.
Right.
And the second thing that I consider is CBD, because if somebody's having issues with anxiety, even potentially with depression, but certainly the biggest one that I see is anxiety after a concussion. They're just not able to handle the surrounding stimuli that are bombarding them. You know, something that you and I would take for granted.
Yeah.
You know, a noisy cafeteria or things like that for school-age kids become overwhelming to somebody that's suffering with problems after a concussion, and that can cause anxiety, panic attacks, and so on. And I've found that CBD can help tremendously with that. It's probably better than anything that I've found so far.
That's unbelievable. 877-897-8255. You're listening to Dr. Michael Lewis talking about, I know we're talking about concussions, but watch how this starts to move a little further out. For example, Dr. Lewis, yes, you're finding that it's very good in the treatment for concussions and the anxiety associated with concussions. Can it be used as a treatment medically to help people moderate anxiety, their anxiety? Let's start with that.
Well, number one, it's, when you're talking about hemp-derived CBD oil, like plus CBD from CB Sciences, it's not a medicine. It's not a pharmaceutical. It's a over-the-counter nutritional supplement. So anybody can access it from either online or good nutrition stores.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say medically indicated, I just want to make that distinction that it's actually a nutritional supplement that can be purchased by anybody without a prescription.
Sure. And I'm glad you made the clarification. But a lot of doctors now treat nutraceutically as well as pharmaceutically. That's what I was but that's what I was implying.
Correct. And that's one of the foundations of how I go about treating concussion patients is with, the first thing I look at is nutrition and nutraceuticals. And then I start to get into some other layers of ways to help treating concussions. But I think there's a huge role for CBD to be able to help. And I think as a physician, I think that it gives you a very powerful tool to be able to help somebody with the anxiety disorders or anxiety issues and panic attacks, and particularly when they're related to the brain and related to concussions. Julius Axelrod won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for the discovery of neurotransmitters, 30, 40 years ago. And Julius Axelrod is one of the three people that are listed as the inventor on a patent that is held by the U.S. government, by Health and Human Services, and specifically the NIH, that says that CBD or cannabinoids are neuroprotectants and antioxidants, meaning that CBD is a protectant, a neuroprotectant, can help save brain cells and antioxidants. And they go on and say in the patent that it's a powerful way to help the brain heal following everything from stroke to TBI to a number of other brain injury mechanisms.
I find that remarkable that they hold that patent, and at the same time, the federal government prohibits the cultivation of hemp in our culture. Farmers can't grow it. You can import it. The government has a patent on it. I don't know. That's a paradox that's inexplicable, but maybe that'll change. We come back. I would like to chat a little bit about the application of CBD relative to inflammation. See what your take on that is, Dr. Lewis. 877-897-8255. Dr. Lewis referenced the movie. I alluded to it, and he gave me the title. It was the movie Concussion. I think you should, if you have a moment, you haven't seen that film, it's worth seeing, and when we come back, I'll explain.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' Pledge of Integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to the show. If you just dialed in, my guest is Dr. Michael Lewis. Dr. Michael Lewis is a practicing physician in Washington, D.C., and as a somewhat regular guest on Let's Talk Nutrition. I'm delighted to have him on. It's been I can say the approach or the tradition on this show. I don't attack traditional medicine, traditional allopathically trained doctors. I think that's just a stupid thing to do and go on all day long about pharmaceutical companies being born by Satan, and I don't do that show. I'm looking for solutions to help people whatever way we can, traditionally and in any other way, alternatively, integratively, whatever. It doesn't move things forward by burying others. It just doesn't work for me. So, and Dr. Lewis is a traditional allopathically trained physician who understands nutrition and uses it in his practice, and uses whatever, as I understand in talking with him over these past couple of years, whatever it takes to get the job done, he'll do it. Do I have that wrong?
No, I don't think you have that wrong. I am an allopathic, classically trained physician, went to medical school at Tulane in New Orleans. My father was a surgeon, my mother was a nurse. I'm as traditional medicine as they come. I just along the way opened my eyes and saw that allopathic medicine isn't 100% the answer, but there are other things out there that can complement the allopathic approach to medicine. So
Sure.
If I've got a strep throat, I'm not going to be taking, oil of oregano or whatever. I'm going to be taking an antibiotic. So, that's the power of being an allopathic doctor who has, not blinded by what I've been trained in, but have an open mind and open eyes to see what else might work in addition to allopathic medicine.
Yeah, it's liberating to think that way. Now you're not confined by paradigmatic borders, right? You're open-minded, whatever. In Chinese medicine, by the way, it's been around for 5,000 years. It's not perfect either, nor is Ayurvedic medicine. There's always, yeah. I think the more, more.
Well, we call it the art of medicine.
It's the art and science of medicine. Exactly. Just one little reference point on that film, Concussion. I think people, if you get a chance, if you haven't seen it, it's a 2015 film. Will Smith starred in it, and he played the part of Dr. Bennett Omalu, who was a Nigerian forensic pathologist who fought against the NFL Football League, and when they're trying to suppress his research on chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, brain degeneration. And it turns out that there are a couple of other figures in that film that are portrayed. And one is Dr. Joseph Maroon, whom I know. And you know Dr. Joseph Maroon as well, don't you, Michael?
I do.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of working with him on a couple of occasions.
And then there's another person in the film that I know very well and worked with him is Dr. Cyril Wecht. Dr. Wecht was the pathologist for the county. Dr. Wecht also is a lawyer, by the way. And Dr. Wecht, I worked when I was doing trial and jury consulting work. He and I worked on some cases together. So I know Dr. Wecht. It's interesting that I know these people and they're involved in the film. I've never talked with Joseph about, he's not portrayed in a very favorable light in the film, as you well know, right?
That's true. But I kind of look at the actual acting part of it. which I thought was fascinating, is that the guy that played the part of Joe Maroon, it looked like it could have been his twin. I mean,
I know.
It's such an amazing job. It wasn't a big part of the movie and not a big character in the movie, but he did this amazing imitation of Joe Maroon.
Yeah, the actor's name is Arliss Howard, by the way. So it's interesting to know that the real people that are portrayed in the film, and it's a complicated movie in terms of the politics of it all and what happened. And Dr. Lewis, of course, treats concussion and concussive patients. Both he did that in the military and now does it in his practice, which is laudable because I don't know how many of them are around like you, Dr. Lewis, that are doing that. There can't be very many across the U.S., right? Can't be that many.
Well, there's not, and it's interesting because some of the major universities and institutions have good concussion programs, and certainly that's not the DC has good programs around the area, but it's interesting that most of them are run by psychologists and PhD psychologists, and not to disparage PhD psychologists, they're excellent at what they do, but I would say most of the patients that come to me have been suffering for months to years with post-concussive symptoms and have been through a number of these programs, and they haven't been really the symptoms, if they're being addressed pharmaceutically. One symptom, one drug, hopefully that symptom will go away, but that's how it's being treated on the allopathic side. The non-allopathic side is just basically, we've diagnosed you with a concussion, go sit in a dark closet and you should get better. And so the patients that fail to get better are the ones that are coming to find me.
That's good. I'm glad. Good that you're there. Come back. We'll talk about CBD oil from CV Sciences.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Westbound between the Selman Connector and I-275, that'll add a minute or two to your morning drive. However, in Dade City, US 301 is still shut down in both directions at Carringer Road because of an overturned tanker truck. Avoid that area if you can. 275, 75, and all of our bridges are currently up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Uterwick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line, 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Stand Up to Cancer. I'm Tony Goldwyn.
Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. My guest is Dr. Michael Lewis, talking about hemp-derived CBD oil, and Dr. Lewis is using it in his practice for patients suffering from concussions, and having some success. Now, it has other applications, and I wanted to sort of touch upon that. Generally speaking, Dr. Lewis, welcome back. There's a lot of talk, and there's some research now to show that CBD oil derived from hemp can moderate inflammation a bit?
Well, it's absolutely is the short answer is yes. The little bit longer answer is how does it moderate inflammation? And so you have to understand that our bodies we have cannabinoid receptors or CB receptors, and CB1 receptors are more found in the brain and some throughout the body, and CB2 receptors are found more throughout the body, in particular the immune system, and some in the brain. And so when you're talking about CBD oil, that's the natural phytocannabinoid, the plant source that matches up to the CB2 receptors much more than the CB1 receptors. And so when you have the CBD interacting with these CB2 receptors in the immune system, it helps enhance the health of the immune system. So very much a major role in inflammation that our bodies are actually designed, that's how they're designed to interact with our endocannabinoids, our own production from our own bodies, these endocannabinoids, but nature gives us phytocannabinoids, the plant source, to interact with those same receptors to help stimulate and keep our immune system healthy.
Does CBD oil, for lack of a better term, I don't want to confuse it with herbs here, does it function like an adaptogen? In other words, if the immune system is too amplified, it'll dial it down. If it's not up to par, it'll ramp it up. Or what do you know?
No, that's probably the best and easiest way to understand it. It helps modulate and right-size the immune system and the immune response to inflammation.
877-897-8255, listening to Dr. Michael Lewis. Have you used it in your practice for specific inflammation? I know concussion has inflammation associated with it, but beyond concussion patients, have you used it in your practice for inflammation-specific kinds of issues other than concussion?
I have not, but we were talking about Dr. Joe Maroon up at in Pittsburgh, and I know that Dr. Maroon has used it quite extensively in his surgical patients to help, and including himself, to help recover from surgery and help with the inflammation after surgery. So I know Dr. Maroon has a tremendous amount of experience using it post-surgically for inflammation and joint issues.
Dr. Maroon's a brain surgeon, is he not?
He is. He's a neurosurgeon. He's the vice chair of neurosurgery at University of Pittsburgh Medical Center.
Yeah. He's the nicest man. Bumped into him at the trade show, and we were talking, and And he said to me, he said, "Yeah, you have a minute?" I said, "Of course I have a minute for you, Dr. Maroon." He said, "Can you talk to me?" And he does Ironman. He's pretty physically active. I don't know if you know that or not. Did you know that?
I did know that. And I know a year or two ago he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, actually, as well.
Uh-huh. So I felt kind of privileged, and he said, "Can you talk to me about training and what your training protocol is and what you do to stay in shape?" So we spent, of all things to talk about it, I said, "Dr. Maroon, you're asking me. You're asking me." He said, "Yes, I am asking you." He said, "I know you know a lot about this, and maybe you can help me with this." So we spent some time doing that. I was flattered that he would ask me. So I find him to be just a nice guy, a nice person, a good person. But he's a good surgeon. He's an excellent surgeon. Is he still affiliated with the Steelers? I wonder if he's.
As far as I know, he is.
Yeah, and of course I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, so we share that as well. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I was born and raised there for sure. You can't tell by my dialect.
Well, I grew up in just near Pittsburgh and on the Maryland side in Cumberland, and back in those days, Pittsburgh was a lot closer than Baltimore and Washington.
Yeah.
So, Pittsburgh was the big city for us.
Uh-huh.
And, I grew up watching the Pirates and the Steelers. So
Absolutely.
Back in the Roberto Clemente days.
I had an autographed baseball from. I got to see Roberto Clemente play in Forbes Field before they went to the new stadium. In Forbes Field.
I did too. That's the first game I remember seeing was at Forbes Field.
Yeah, my goodness. I didn't know you were that old. No. Just kidding. I got a nerve, right? Boy, you and I.
Tell you, I really stopped caring about baseball when Roberto Clemente died. That was pretty much, that was devastating to me.
He was amazing. Well, you and I need to spend some time at Starbucks or something. We need to talk. I mean, we have there's a lot of connections here, Dr. Lewis. I didn't realize that. So we have to get to that at some point. I don't know when or how, but we should.
Next trade show we run into each other.
Absolutely. And no matter what, we're going to do that. CV Sciences. So why have you associated yourself with that outfit?
Well, the short answer is your friend and mine is Stuart Tomk, who's the Vice President of Nutrition for CV Sciences. And Stuart is one of those people that if he asked me to do something, I wouldn't even question it. He is such an amazing person. And when he left the fish oil industry and went over to CV Sciences and asked me to come on board and understand CBD and look at all the potential value of it, I didn't question it for a second, and because I believe that much in Stuart. But beyond that, what I've learned since then, and what Stuart has been doing with CV Sciences, has really been to take all his 20-plus years experience in the fish oil industry and and apply it to CV Sciences in the CBD industry. And I think that has really made CV Sciences go from a really good company to a great company, because they're number one, quality is top of the line for them. Stuart has really pounded into the company. We've got to have the manufacturing process down. We've got to have exactly what's in the bottle is what's on the label, and vice versa. And the other thing is, he's drilled into them and the sales force that we don't make claims of what it can do.
We'll be right back.
Superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Alga Life, Algae for Life, CV Sciences, From Seed to Shelf, New Chapter, The Benefit of Nature's Wisdom, Yerba Prima, Pioneers in Internal Cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in the show today, I was talking about this study coming out of Albert Einstein College of Medicine, and they took a look at people 95 to 100. Generally, they described the study as a study of centenarians, but there were some 95-year-old people in the study. And they were talking about the compression of morbidity, and I explained or described what the compression of morbidity hypothesis is earlier in the show. And one of the things that they discovered here was that people who lived 95 years or more were able to stave off age-related diseases, with serious sickness being compressed into a smaller span of time. In other words, they would eventually get sick, but the illness, the morbidity would be compressed into a very short period of time, and then they would die. Compared to other groups in the study, another group in the study that did not have longevity on their side, and their morbidity period was expanded, and they suffered for a long period of time. And we now know that if you can get into your 80s and 90s, you have less risk of getting some of these chronic diseases than not. Things such as cancer, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, osteoporosis, stroke. It's a paradox, right? You would think, well, they're 90, they're even more vulnerable. Well, not so much. Here's the question. In this one, they looked at a couple of groups. They had the New England Centenarian Study. They used data from that study. They found that individuals in that study, cancer didn't afflict a certain percentage of men until age 97 and women until 99. What was that percentage of men and women that didn't get afflicted with cancer until age 97 for men and age 99 for women? Was it 5%? Was it 10%? Or was it 20%? What percent of men 97 years of age and women 99 didn't become afflicted with cancer, until they were that age? What percent of them? 5%, 10%, or 20%? In other words, being afflicted with cancer happened much later for them, and they were able to stave it off. Ironic, being that old. 97 for men, 99 for women. What percent of them were able to stave it off until that age? 5%, 10%, or 20%? 877-897-8255. I'll give you a hint. There's quite a few. Dr. Lewis, welcome back. If we can only make it to 90, we're in clover. That's amazing. I know you're familiar with the morbidity, compression of morbidity hypothesis. That's an intriguing hypothesis, isn't it?
It is.
How?
It's funny because what do we call them? Centenarians.
Centenarians.
People that live to be over 100. They usually don't die of cancer, do they?
That's right. And they die quickly. Once they get sick, that's what they mean by the compression of morbidity for the listener and the viewer. There's not a protracted period of suffering. They get sick and die quickly.
Well, I've heard that 80% of all health care costs occur in the last 2 years of a person's life, or 6 months of a person's life.
That's about right. That's right. I've seen that as well, that statistic. That's where everything gets rung up pretty heavily. I mean, it's to care for people because they're so sick. They could have multiple system failure here. They could have heart disease. They could have a couple of different things going on at the same time here, maybe 2 or 3 different systems being affected. And to care for them is very expensive.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, can I change subjects on you really quick since we're wrapping up?
Absolutely.
I just want to let you know, I think we might have talked about this previously, but just let you know that by the end of the summer, I should be coming out with my first book.
Oh, I didn't know that. What is it? What's it?
Well, the title is going to be When Heads Collide.
Ooh.
So it's about my experience with concussions and traumatic brain injury and the use of omega-3s in nutrition. Even talk about CBD at the end with one of my cases that I've talked about on the radio before.
Mm-hmm.
But it details the Omega protocol that I use, that I publish on brainhealtheducation.org. I go into a lot of detail about it, the science, a little bit about the science behind it, a lot of case reports, but it's really geared towards that athlete or that parent that is looking for more information on what else they can do to help the recovery from concussions or even help prevent them.
Well, congratulations, Dr. Lewis. I'll make this health question easy for you. What percent of men 97 and women 99 were able to stave off cancer until that age? 5% or 20%? I'll give you 2 choices.
So is that for me?
No, for the listener.
Or for your audience?
It's for the listener and the viewer. If you get the right answer, you win a $25 supplement gift card. 877-897-8255. That's really remarkable. Here they are at 97 and 99 years of age, and they were able to hold off getting cancer. And what percent of them were able to do that? 5% or 20%? So, generally speaking, I have a lot of healthy people that listen to this show and watch it. Would it be beneficial for them to take CBD oil?
I do on a regular basis, on a daily basis, actually. And I think if you look at it as a foundation of nutrition, good nutrition, I think it would make sense to take CBD on a regular daily basis.
And what benefit generally would you get from that?
A healthier immune system is probably the number one benefit, for sure.
Got to go with that. Well, Dr. Lewis, congratulations on your forthcoming book. We'll look for that, and we'll get you on, and we'll give you an opportunity to talk about it. If you talk with Stuart, please give him my best and tell him I said hello. In the meanwhile,
I will. Always a pleasure.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Good luck with your practice. Your patients are lucky to have you as a physician. I know you're so good at what you do, and I know you care about them. CBD oil from CV Science is sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. Take it because your health is your wealth.